All right, everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to solve multi-step equations. To do that, we're going to start with some basic guidelines for how to solve multi-step equations. First, we're going to simplify each side of the equation separately, meaning we're going to simplify the left side of the equation as much as we can, and then we're going to simplify the right side of the equation as much as we can before we do anything else. First, we're going to distribute if necessary, meaning we're going to multiply to get rid of the parentheses if we have parentheses. Then we're going to combine like terms as much as we can on the left side and the right side. So we're going to put things together as much as we can on each side separately before we move on. Then, if we need to, we're going to move variables to the same side, either the left or the right, using addition or subtraction. So if we have x's on both sides of the equal sign, we're going to move them either to the left or to the right using addition or subtraction before we move on. And then last, we're going to isolate the variable using inverse operations. Typically, the last thing we'll do is multiplication or division. All right, so let's see what all of those steps look like in a real problem. On this problem, the first thing we need to do is distribute the -2. So -2 times x makes -2x. -2 times 2 makes -4 equals 16 minus 3x. We cannot combine anything on the left anymore, and we can't combine things on the right anymore, but what we can do then is move on to the next step, which is get all of our x's on one side. So we're going to take this -3x here, and we're going to move it to the other side. The opposite of -3x is +3x. So we need to add 3x to both sides. So this one cancels over here. -2 plus 3 is 1x, or just x if you like. -4 equals 16. The last thing we need to do, or the next thing we need to do, is get rid of the -4. The opposite of -4 is +4, just like in the last section. So x equals 20. To check if this is the right answer, we would substitute 20 back into the original equation and see what we get. So substitute 20 into the original equation. -2 times 20 plus 2 equals 16 minus 3 times 20. 20 plus 2 is 22 times -2, and then 16 minus 60. -2 times 22 is -44. And 16 minus 60 is -44. Those are both the same. That's a 4. Which means we got it right. All right. Let's try the next one. Let's see. What value of x satisfies the given equation? That's code for solve for x. So first thing to do is distribute the 3 and simplify the left side of the equation as much as possible. So we're going to distribute the 3. So let's see, 5x plus 3x. 3 times x makes 3x. 3 times -4 is -12 equals 28. And here's this part where we can simplify the left side of the equation. We can add this 5x and this 3x together on the left. 5 plus 3 makes 8x minus 12 equals 28. Now we can't add these 8x and this -12 together, so we need to move the 12 to the other side. Add 12. Add 12. 8x equals 28 plus 12 is 40. And the last step, this is 8 times x. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we need to divide by 8. X equals 5. And if we wanted to check it, we would substitute 5 into the original equation. So we would get 5 times 5 plus 3 times 5 minus 4 equals 28. So 5 times 5 is 25. Plus 3 times 5 minus 4 is 1. Equals 28. Next is multiplication still. So 3 times 1 is 3. And then simplify the left side still. 25 plus 3 is 28. 28 equals 28. So we got it right. All right. Let's try another one. Double parentheses this time. Same first step then. We need to distribute to get rid of the parentheses before we do anything else. We're going to distribute the negative 2 to the first parentheses and the 3 to the second parentheses. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 3 makes positive 6. 3 times x makes 3x, so plus 3x, because it's positive. And then 3 times 1 is 3, plus 3 equals 4. And here we go again. We have a bunch of stuff on the left side of the equation that we need to combine together so that we can simplify the left side of the equation. So negative 2 plus 3 makes 1, positive 1, so 1x. And then 6 plus 3 makes 9. So 1x, or just x if you like, plus 9 equals 4. So we need to move a plus 9. We need to get rid of that. We need to move it to the other side. The opposite of plus 9 is minus 9. So we have to subtract. So we get x equals negative 5. And to check to see if we're right, we're going to substitute it back in and see what happens. We're going to substitute negative 5 into the original equation and see how we did. Negative 2 times negative 5 minus 3 plus 3 times negative 5 plus 1 equals 4. So negative 2 times negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. Plus 3 times negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. We're going to keep simplifying the left side here. So multiplication is still, as multiplication is next, negative 2 times negative 8 is positive 16. 3 times negative 4, positive 3 times negative 4 makes negative 12 equals 4. 16 minus 12 is 4. 4 equals 4. So we got it right. All right, let's see what we have next. Oh, all right. So all of the equations that we've had so far, all of the equations above, had one solution. X equals negative 5 was one of them. All the other answers were just x equals a number. It is also possible, though, that we can have other answers. We can also have equations that have infinite solutions, or we can have equations that have no solutions. So let's see what those look like. If we take this equation down here, 7 minus 8x equals negative 8x minus 17, and solve it like we did before, we'll see what happens. We need to get the x's together, so we're going to take this negative 8x and move it to the other side. Add 8x, because the opposite of a negative 8x is a positive 8x, so those cancel. But then also the same thing happens over here. These cancel too. We end up with 7 equals negative 17. This is not true. 7 does not equal negative 17, so this is no solution. X has no solution because 7 does not equal 17. Let's try the next one. All right, so we don't have anything to do on the left. We do need to distribute on the right. So 6x minus 10 equals 2 times 3 is 6x. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. So we need to get the x's together again. This is a positive 6x. So if we're going to move it over here with its friend, with the other 6x, we need to subtract. All right, 6x minus 6x cancels. But also over here, 6x minus 6x also cancels again. So we end up with negative 10 equals negative 10. This is always true. Negative 10 will always equal negative 10. So this has infinite solutions. All right. So now we have three possible answers. We can get an x equals answer, we can get a no solution answer, or we can get infinite solutions for an answer. All right. If 2 times 2x minus 4 plus 6 equals 10, we are asked to write another equation that is true. And then we have the same equation again, and then it says, then what is the value of 5x minus 3? So we have a few things to do. Let's just start by solving this equation and see what happens. 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Plus 6 equals 10. This would be an equivalent equation. So let's see, negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2, so 4x minus 2 equals 10. And then we need to get rid of a minus 2, so we need to add 2, 4x equals 12. 4 times x equals 12. The opposite of multiplication is division, so we need to divide by 4. We end up with x equals 3. The question is, can we write another equation that is true? We need to write an equation that would be true for x equals 3. We can do that with something as easy as x plus 4 equals 7. Because if we put 3 in there, it would make a true statement. 3 plus 4 equals 7. 7 equals 7 is true. So this is an equivalent. This is another equation that is true. On your page, pause the video, see if you can write your own equation kind of like this on your page. All right, hopefully you paused the video and wrote your own equation. The last thing we're going to do then is find the value of 5x minus 3. We're going to substitute 3 into this expression. 5 times 3 minus 3. 5 times 3 is 15. Minus 3, 15 minus 3 is 12. All right, that's it. Hopefully you feel like you have a good understanding of getting started on solving multi-step equations. If you have any questions, put a star next to it on your notes page and be ready to ask about it in class.